One eternity later.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. Feels really strange saying that because I haven't uploaded a video in 6 months, which sounds terrible and I feel really bad about it, but I got really busy and I can't help that. Life just kind of happens sometimes. But yeah, so although I've been away, I have actually been building quite a lot in the game. I've built, I think, about four, maybe even 6 different builds, which I've built over the course of the 6 months, but I just haven't put out there. I haven't done videos on them or anything. I did record the majority of them, I believe, but like I said, I just didn't sit down and do a voiceover. And sometimes sitting down and doing a voiceover can take a really long time, and I've had a really busy few past months, and so I didn't really have the time to sit down and actually do a voiceover and do all the screenshots and stuff like that. But I really have been saying to myself for the past few weeks, if not like the past few months, that I really want to get back into it and start doing it again, because I really did enjoy uploading. I used to upload like 3 times a week, but I really missed it and I really wanted to get back into it, and so I decided that I'll upload a video today, and there will be some more videos coming, don't you worry. I'm not going to upload one and then just like leave you hanging and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I have got quite a few coming, so hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. But anyway, getting into the video, this house I actually built in February and I just never did anything with it. Saying that, actually, I have recorded 2 voiceovers for this house, and the first voiceover I recorded when it was the 20th anniversary for The Sims. I recorded that voiceover before the anniversary. I recorded the voiceover, and then I was speaking about what amazing things could happen for the 20th anniversary. Obviously, we all know how that went. It didn't go that great. 20th anniversary was a massive flop. Let's not talk about that. And then I did another voiceover probably in about April, and I did half of it, and then I must have got distracted or something, and then when I opened this project today, I only had half the voiceover, and it felt kind of strange continuing the voiceover from April, May, June, July, August, 4 months ago. And so I just thought, I'll just do the voiceover for a 3rd time. So here I am. Like I said, this house was built a really long time ago. It doesn't have any eco lifestyle, I was about to call it eco living then, eco lifestyle, or any, what's the other pack that came? A Nifty Knitting. I think it might have, no, it does have Tiny Living Stuff. I'm pretty sure it does have Tiny Living Stuff, but it doesn't have a few packs, but I'm sure you guys don't mind. Sometimes I don't use all the packs anyway when I build. I just put in what I think looks right and stuff. But anyway, talking about the build a little bit. So this was actually built in Willow Creek, in the neighbourhood that the Goth household live in. Now, when I was gone, they actually did like a massive map overview or override, and now all the little separate areas, like the separate neighborhoods, have their own names, like how it was in City Living when City Living was introduced. Now, I don't really know the names of them. I'm just going to go with where the Goths live. So I'm pretty sure this is opposite. So if you was to look at the Goths house, this is the house on the opposite side of the road. It's right next to kind of like a little mini playground. It's got the pirate ship playground thing object, which I never seem to put in my builds because it's so big. I kind of wish that we could get smaller children equipment for gardens and stuff, like trampolines and, I don't know, like climbing frames and stuff, although we have got the monkey bars and that massive ship. But I kind of wish that we had smaller things, but that's besides the point. That's not what I'm talking about. So that is built in this little area over here. I think it's a 40 by 30. I'm not too sure. You'll have to check the build details in the description box down below. I can't remember off the top of my head. I built this in February. It's been a while. And it also does have 4 bedrooms and I think 4 bathrooms as well. I believe it has 3 bathrooms. It's got 4 bedrooms upstairs, and then it's got 2 bathrooms upstairs and then a bathroom downstairs as well. But in this house, there is actually another 2 rooms, which you could either make into another bedroom or another bathroom, or do whatever you want with it. I made one of the rooms into a garage and then the other one into kind of like a home office. So when I was actually building this, I do actually remember the storyline that I went with. So in my head, I was building this house for a single dad that's maybe a university professor, and he lives here with his children. He has a teenage daughter, a child daughter, and then a toddler as well. I'm not too sure what the toddler is, whether it's a little girl or a little boy. I'm not too sure, but that's the kind of storyline that I was going along with. And I remember when I was originally building this, I was thinking that possibly he could be a gardener. But then when I moved in and started actually furnishing the inside of the house, I thought for him to be a professor and then maybe have gardening as his hobby, something that he does on the weekends. I kind of like that idea, so I kind of went with that. Obviously, you can download this house and you can have a completely different sim, have completely different storylines and do whatever you want with it. That was just kind of the idea that I had in my head. As well, I would like to mention this is for my save file. It's been a while since I've said that as well. I am still going ahead with my save file. Like I said, I have still been building and there is still houses to come in the next following weeks for videos for my save file, and this is just one of the houses that I wanted to build for Willow Creek. Now, this house does also have a really nice big garden and it has a really nice big pool. It's just kind of like a really nice family house, but I don't know, there's something about it which makes it one of my favourite ones that I've ever built. I think one of the things I love the most about it is I've really just experimented with all the different windows and doors and even roof colours. Now, if you would have noticed by the thumbnail, and it wasn't an accident, I did it on purpose, the roof is actually 2 different colours, and I really wanted this to look like a really old house, and over time maybe the roof has just kind of been damaged by maybe thunderstorms or whatever, and they've had to get it roofed, if that's a word, and they decided to go with a different colour. I really like it. I did actually try with the single colour in both swatches, and then I decided, you know what, I just want this house to have 2 different roof colours. It's a little bit different. I'm going to experiment with it and I actually really like it, so hopefully you guys like it as well. Also, I do actually want to mention that when I was building this, I ran into so many problems with this house, and even though I built this back in February, I still remember them because it gave me a massive headache. So one of the problems that I had, and it was completely my fault and I've learned from it now, but a lot of the time when I build, I do actually watch series or films or whatever on Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever. I watch stuff when I build. Sometimes the Sims music, although I love it, and the Sims 2 soundtrack has a special place in my heart, even though we're not playing The Sims 2, but I just want to mention that. But even though I do love The Sims music, sometimes when you hear it over and over and over again, it gets a little bit draining. And so a lot of the time, and I'm sure a lot of people do this as well, I'll watch stuff when I build. And I remember I was watching The Walking Dead as I was building this, and I, for some reason, and I can't remember why now because it was a long time ago, but I stopped recording to do something, and then I came back and then forgot to press record. And so all of this which you're seeing, all the landscaping, all the terrain manipulation, everything I've rebuilt, because basically I only built the main structure of the house, then stopped recording, then came back to it, forgot to press record again, and then went about and did like another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It was a lot of work that I forgot to record, and once I realised, it was a pain, it was a massive headache. And so yeah, I had to actually redo all the landscaping, all the terrain manipulation, everything. I had to do it twice when I did this build. As you can see, there's quite a lot of terrain manipulation, there's quite a lot of landscaping and terrain paints, and it was just a massive headache and it was such a pain. I remember I didn't even want to look at this build once I finished recording it, because I was just like, this was just such a massive pain just because I had to do it twice. But it doesn't matter, you can't really tell in the video anyway. I did it basically the exact same anyway as before, and I hadn't really progressed that much into the inside, and so I just had to delete it and start again. But anyway, talking a little bit more about the build, as you can see, I'm doing more terrain manipulation here for the garage. One thing that I really hate about The Sims 4 is when you put a terrain, you can't, or when you put, foundation levels, you have to, if you want it to look like it's actually at the floor, you have to do the terrain manipulation, which sometimes can be quite messy. Now, I feel like that wasn't explained properly, but basically, I really wish that we could have kind of like split floors or split foundations in the game, because sometimes I want my garage to be on the ground floor, but I want the house to be on a foundation, but you can't really have the best of both worlds, and so you have to use terrain manipulation, which sometimes can be quite difficult. And especially in this house, I tried my best to make it look as smooth of a driveway as possible. Me personally, I don't know if I'd want to park my car on that driveway, because your handbrake would have to be very up because it's quite a hill. But anyway, moving on from that, as you can see, I've now actually finally moved on and I've started doing the garden. So in this house, I remember I wanted to actually experiment with the pools as well. I experimented a lot in this house, I remember that, but normally I just go for like square pools or rectangular pools, and I never normally go away from that. I always kind of stick to them kind of similar shapes. And I kind of wanted to do something different, plus there wasn't that much room for a big square pool without looking weird in this back garden. And so I decided to do kind of like I don't know what kind of shape that is, but a weird shaped pool. And so I tried it, I thought it looked nice, and so I went with it. But I also do have a little gardening kind of area in this garden as well, as you would have seen in the corner. I kind of used this, I think it's from Get Together, it's kind of like a shelter, and I put it over some plant things, I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called planters. I don't know, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Them little things that you can garden in. I put it over that. I don't know if with seasons that it will technically term the plants as inside or not, but I just wanted there to be a little gardening area, and I really didn't want to create a greenhouse. Although I love seasons, one of the main things that frustrates me with it is sometimes I want my Sims to have a farm, but I don't want that farm to be in a greenhouse. Sometimes I just want it to be outside. I know there is mods for it, but I don't know, I haven't actually downloaded that mod yet. I was about to say that I don't play with a lot of mods, but that's a massive lie. I play with so many mods in the game. I feel like with mods, The Sims 4 is just a little bit more complete because there is still so much content missing from this game, and hopefully we get it soon. Talking of which, actually, there was the Sims 4 new game pack announcement yesterday, which, ooh, yeah, that weren't taken too well by the community, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, me personally, Star Wars is not my cup of tea. I'm not a massive fan of Star Wars, and I wouldn't have ever actually seen a Star Wars collaboration happening with the game, because in the Sims 4 base game, I think we already have Star Wars costumes, and I'm pretty sure they've been in the game since launch or since the release of The Sims 4, and so I kind of would have never expected a Sims 4 pack just because we've already got Star Wars like content. But to be honest with you, if that's the pack that you have always wanted and you're really happy about it, then that's great, and I'm really happy for you. And I'm sure there is a lot of people as well that are really happy that Star Wars and Sims are kind of collaborating and coming together. Me personally, I just wouldn't have chosen it. There's so many other packs which I'm still really wanting, and I'm sure so many other people are wanting a load of different things as well, but sometimes some people want different things. And yeah, if you wanted a Star Wars pack, I'm happy for you. Me personally, I wouldn't have chose it, and I would have preferred something different, but maybe one day they'll make the pack that I want. And to be fair, there's loads of packs that I want, and yes, but I'm just happy that other people can play with the Star Wars pack if they really want it, because although a lot of people have been saying how much they don't like this new pack idea or game pack idea or just having Star Wars in the game, I'm sure there's actually quite a lot of people that are really happy and really excited about it, and that's great, and I'm really happy for them. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Also, you would have seen that I just kind of redid the back porch. So when I originally built this, I did the front porch, and then when I went to the back of the garden, I did a completely different structure of the back of the garden, and then I realised that I actually wanted it to mimic the front garden or the front of the house, and so I deleted what I'd previously done at the back and then mimicked the front onto the back, if that makes any sense. Basically, the front now replicates the back, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, as you can see, I've now moved on inside of this house and I've started decorating. As always, nothing's changed. I didn't record the wallpapering or flooring. It takes me way too long, and personally I find it quite boring as well, especially because there's so many different wallpapers. Saying that, I always tend to use the same wallpapers, but there's so many wallpapers that you've got to flick through and try and decide. And actually that brings me to another point, and I've just reminded myself that I need to download, there's a new mod that just came out which basically expands the build and buy menu. I can't remember for the life of me who made it or who it's by, but I'll make sure to link it in the description box down below, because I'm definitely going to go and download that myself, because the Sims 4 menu, as you can see on my screen, is quite small for the amount of actually objects and all the different things that we have in the game, and so I know that's going to make it so much easier. I'm pretty sure we had that in the Sims 3. I can't remember, it's been a little while since I played The Sims 3. Saying that, I have actually been playing quite a lot of Sims 3 over the past 6 months. That game, I just absolutely love that game. The Sims 3 is everything that I would have ever wanted in a Sims game, and sometimes more. I don't know, but there is problems with The Sims 3, but I don't know, The Sims 3 I just absolutely love. But anyway, as you can see, I finished the kitchen and I'm now moving on to this little side area of the kitchen. So first of all, we have this kind of like utility room. There's a washing machine, there's a tumble dryer, there's a fake ironing board that obviously your Sims can't use, but it's there anyway for decoration, a little bit of realism. And then as you continue through, there's a little door which actually leads to the front of the house. So maybe your Sim has took the dog out for a walk. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm putting dog bowls in here. Maybe your Sim took the dog out for a walk. The dog was dirty and had muddy feet. Didn't want to take it through the proper porch entrance of the house, and so they went through the side door, something like that. I don't know, there was just a space to put a door, and I felt like a door would go right there. But anyway, now moving on, I've started furnishing the lounge room. So the lounge room was kind of an odd one because it was a weird shape, and I didn't want the TV to be directly in front of the window, and so I did it on kind of like a corner, and then put these two base game sofas just kind of at a weird position. I don't know, I feel like this is very Parenthood. I don't know why, but this just kind of seems very Parenthood. It's a great build to test out Parenthood in. There's a lot of Parenthood items in this build. I don't actually know what other packs I used. I think I used quite a lot of them. As always, it will be in the build details down below, as well as the number of bedrooms. Like I said, there was 4, and the number of bathrooms, which I believe is 3, and then also the price of this house. I can't remember what it was. I think it was about 200,000 simoleons. It was quite a lot of money, this house. I can't remember. It was quite expensive, but it is in quite an expensive part of Willow Creek anyway, so that kind of explains it. But anyway, as you can see, I'm just doing this little side table and just kind of decorating it. Something that I would really appreciate for The Sims, and I've said it, I'm pretty sure I've said it before anyway, is a clutter pack. Just for like little bits and bobs to put on side tables and chest of drawers and all that kind of stuff around your house. I would really appreciate a clutter pack because that will just make building so much easier. I have actually recently downloaded some Build CC, which I've been really enjoying, just kind of experimenting with my houses, because I feel like I put pretty much the same clutter in all my houses, but just kind of in different areas and just kind of alongside different clutter to kind of mix it up a little bit. But a clutter pack is something that I would really appreciate, and I'm sure a lot of builders would as well. But yeah, I have recently downloaded some Build CC. I don't think I would ever become a builder that uses CC in my builds, although CC is amazing and what the creators do, it just blows my mind. I just kind of want to make it as easy as possible to download the houses, and I just kind of like it just being able to download it from the gallery, not having to go to external sources and have to download a load of different items to actually just play in the house. And so I don't think I would ever just start mixing in a little bit of CC in my builds. I have actually done a CC build before. I've done one on my channel probably about a year ago. It was a really long time ago. It was when I think it was called the Puffer Head pack. I think that's the name of it. I can't remember, but some creator created this kind of Harry Potter themed pack. It was so amazing, and I actually did an apartment build with it just because I loved the pack so much. That I really enjoyed, and I might do a few of them in the future, I don't know, but I don't think Build CC will be something that I'm going to put in my regular builds, just because I like to kind of keep it all EA Max's content, just so it's easier for download, even though some of the stuff is absolutely amazing and just so detailed as well. I absolutely love Build CC. It's kind of become my new thing that I've been downloading. But anyway, moving on, as you can see, I've started doing the garage. So this room you could probably make into a playroom, another bedroom, whatever you want. Next door is actually an office, so I wouldn't say office because there's already one there, or you can make this into an even bigger office. Maybe you have 2 parents living in this house and they both want an office each. Do whatever you want with it, but I just kind of thought it would be a nice idea to have this as a little garage. So a miscellaneous room, it's got a little poker table in there, it's got a boxing bag, it's got some darts, it's got a woodworking table, it's got kind of just bits and bobs, a very miscellaneous room. But now I am actually moving upstairs and I've started furnishing one of the bedrooms. I believe this is the child's bedroom. I really like this wallpaper, and I feel like I say this whenever I talk about this wallpaper, but it really reminds me of Toy Story. I'm pretty sure in Toy Story 2, when they meet Jessie, the girl that used to own Jessie had a similar wallpaper in her bedroom. That's so off subject, but I don't know, it always reminds me of Toy Story, this wallpaper, and I never really seem to use it, and so I wanted to use it in this build. But as you can see, I'm just going around and decorating it with loads of different posters and clutter and toys and sizing up things and sizing down things. There is also a little desk area in this bedroom as well with a little laptop on, and it's kind of got like a lunchbox, a money box. It's also got the little drawing table, which I really like, and it's a cool object, but I really want more kind of variety of children's kind of activities that they can do, because we've got like 3 different swatches of that drawing table, and they do all the same thing. I was about to say they basically all do the same thing, but they do all the same thing, and so I'd like some more kind of activities for children to do that is not that activity table. But now moving on, I've started furnishing the toddler's bedroom. I love this bedroom. I just think it is the sweetest thing in the whole entire world. I use that kind of, I don't know if it's classed as a bay window, but that really big window that looks like it's got a massive shelf. I really wish that we could actually put stuff on that shelf. You probably can if you move objects it and then try and like move it up, but I think it has a shadow and I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't do it in the first place. But I don't know, I really never used that window, and I used it in this build and I just think it looks so cute, and I'm just really happy with this room. I don't know if it's a little boy or a little girl. It can be whatever you want. All the rooms can be whatever you want, but I just kind of imagined there to be 2 daughters at least in this house. I just kind of really like the idea of a single dad living with maybe all daughters. I just kind of liked the idea. But anyway, now moving on, I've started furnishing the teenager's bedroom. So the teenager's bedroom is actually the biggest bedroom, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, as you can see, I used this kind of pale pink wallpaper, and I didn't really have a certain colour theme for this bedroom. It was just kind of like a little bit all over the place. There's some peaches, there's some pinks, there's some purples, there's some blues. It's just a little bit of everything, and I really liked it. As you can see, I did use a city living bed, and then in the corner over here I'm just going to do a little desk area with just like a little computer or a laptop. I can't remember which one I used, it was a long time ago. I used a computer, and then just put some posters in the wall. I also used a tiny living little chest of drawers, which I really like. I'm pretty sure I built this just after Tiny Living came out. I'm assuming so anyway, because I think Tiny Living came out maybe a week or 2 before I actually started building this house. And so yeah, I really wanted to use that new little chest of drawers. There's actually a lot of Tiny Living furniture that I really like that I'm yet to use because I haven't really built that much. Although I have been building, I haven't built that much, and so I'm really excited to use that. Maybe I'll do a tiny house soon, I'm not sure. But anyway, now I am actually moving on to the last bedroom in this house, which is the dad's bedroom, or just the parents' bedroom. It can be for whoever you want. I just kind of imagine it being the dad's bedroom. So in here, as you can see, it's very cats and dogsy. I used the 4-poster bed from Cats and Dogs, the wallpaper from Cats and Dogs. I'm pretty sure them side tables, like the ones next to the bed, are from Cats and Dogs as well. It's just a lot of cats and dogs in here, but I really liked this bedroom. It's kind of like this brown and baby blue theme. I just really liked it, and I thought it went really nice together. Also, you would have noticed that I didn't really show any of the bathrooms being decorated, just because I feel like bathrooms are quite boring to watch. I mean, you have a bath, you have a shower, you have a toilet, and you have a sink, and that's basically it. And so I decided not to put in any of the footage of me actually doing the bathrooms, just because I feel like it's quite repetitive. And yeah, you'll see 2 of the bathrooms in the screenshots anyway. But anyway guys, I am actually reaching the end of my voiceover, so as always you can download this house via the gallery. My origin ID is JessicapieYT, or you can search for the hashtag JessicapieYT or just the hashtag Jessicapie. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this single dad family house. And as always, if you do like my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys!